Hello everyone. In previous part, we have seen about basic configuration of Google Classroom. In this part, we will see how to evaluate student performance in Google Classroom and some advanced features available in Google Classroom. So let's start with the demonstration. In the assignment screen, we can see
there is an option of this type of adding a document where this option will be available for student also, where student can make use of these type of options and submit it. So here we will take a demonstration of Google document. So I will click on doc. You can see Google document is open. First thing I will do is I will give name to it. So I will write name of my document as ethics. Next thing, if a student or faculty want to have a search for some particular thing, we are not supposed to go and add a new tab. What we can do is we can go to tools option and click on explore button. Once we click on it, we have this web search option with us. Here we can write about the thing which we want to search. Let's say I want to search about ethics definition. So I will write. Now here you can see that there is an option where I get the information about the different links. I can scroll down till I am satisfied with the particular thing. If I am not satisfied, I can again search for all result on Google and then I can click on it and it will be diverting me to the new tab. But normally I am happy with my first option, so I will select my data from here and I can directly click Ctrl C and paste here. Let's say I want to add image regarding this, so I can click on image and you can see this plus sign over the image. I can click on it. Once I click on it, the image is also added. This is how we can help to create our own documents through Google search, or student can go and search for the particular topic and answer it based on that. In Google Doc, we can also check the plagiarism, that is whether student has copied everything from the internet or they have added something on their own. So for that we have to go to add-ons, get add-ons. Once I click on it, I get the options from my Google Suite Market. So I will type plagiarism check.org. I can click on it and install it, where as you can see in the screen, you can see the plagiarism checker will be added and it will give us the indication how much plagiarism a particular data is containing. So I'm just for demonstration I'm showing it. I will not install it because it's not my G Suite account. I want to add citation into our document. I will go to explore. I will click on it. I will get this option. There the particular content which I have selected, I will go there. I will click on it. I will add it to MLA, and you can see cite as footnote is added. Now it will be added at the bottom of my Word document. I have copied this data from here, so I will write it as 1. And at the bottom you can see it gives me the description of the page from where I have copied the particular content. This is how we can use this explore option with research oriented activities too. Many of the time while publishing research papers, we need to go through different references where we need to provide citation for the same. At that time, this tool can be very much useful. Once we are done, we can click on this button because everything gets saved automatically in Google, and this document will be saved. You can see this document is saved. Once I click on it, the same document will get open. Here I can restrict student till view a particular file. I can ask student to submit their answer on this, and even I can allow student to make a copy for it. So this is how the particular thing is. Once I'm done with it, I will click on assign. Now this assignment will also be reflected in my unit 1. So now my entire structure for this is created. There is an option of setting in the right corner. First part is about class details, which we have filled while creating our class. Second is general tab, where we get the option of class code. If you remember, when we were creating a classroom, there was option of join class and create class. Being a teacher, we have created a class with this code. When student will join on themselves, they will have to make use of this code. There is an option of stream here, where we can restrict student from posting a comment, or there can be option where student can only comment on it, where student can post something new, or they can comment on the particular topic which we have posted. So it is of that kind. It depends on us. Last is about the calculation of the marks. In which format we want, we can have it. So this was about the settings. With this, we get the option of Google Calendar. We click on it and schedule a particular activity here. As you can see that today I have given a submission for ethics that can be reflected here. In every student's account, this will be reflected. Student will get notified through email about their assignment submission. Let's say I want to schedule a meet on Monday morning. So I will go on the particular date. I will click on the time, and I want that it should be online meeting with the student, where we can have direct face-to-face communication with the students. So online session I will add. There is an option of add Google Meet video conference. I will click on it. Now the schedule is added. We can expect 100 participants through normal Gmail account. If it would have been G Suite, it will be 255 participants. That is the difference between G Suite and normal Gmail account. That's why I have used this account in this video. So I will click on save. Now you can see there is option. Now let me show you how the things will look when we are in G Suite account. Now I am into my G Suite account. I will add a meeting through G Suite for the same. Here you can see that number of participants are 250. That is the difference between G Suite and regular Gmail.
In this part, we will be looking at how we are going to access the students' record, what they have submitted, and how we are going to grade them. So, we will start with the actual demonstration. This is the screen where I have logged in into my classroom.google.com with my email ID and password. I will go to my class, that is 3rd Sem EIT. This class I have created last year and I have conducted the entire sessions through this, where I have asked students to do all the assignment and tutorial work using the same. In classwork, if we go on classwork and see, there are different contents available here. Here I can go through each and every content. Even topics for 1 to 6 units have been displayed. Now let's say I want to access a unit 3 assignment. If I want to access students' data, I will go to view assignment option. After entering into this screen, if I want to access a particular individual student's data, what he has submitted, so what I will do is, I will click on the name of the student. I will get into this screen. Here I will be in a position to see what student has submitted. So I want to go into this document. I will click on it. The document will get open in new tab. Now the screen is like how I am going to view the particular document, how can I give my comments to the student, how can I enter the marks, all those things can be seen. Now some of the time we may give assignment with where multiple documents needs to be attached by the student, like it can be an image and a document. So in that case you can find the multiple documents here. But currently we are having single document, so we can see only one Word document with the student name. Below that we have a option of marks. So for entering the marks we need to go throughout the data which particular student has submitted. So I have gone through this data. The second and the most important part which faculty do is, we normally put remark on a particular mistakes which student has done in the particular record submission or a particular assignment which he has submitted. The mistakes, being a teacher, we highlight it. So in digital form, how are we going to do it? So for that there is an option of this comment. I will click on it. Now here there is an option add to blank. I will click on it. Whatever comment I want to add based on the line, I can definitely type here and do. Once I am done, I can click on add and the comment will be reflected in the space where there is your comment is
empty, that is I have not given any comment here. If I will do, that comment will be reflecting here. After completion of this, I can again go back to the grading part, where I can give individual comment like very good, excellent, overall remark, which normally teacher gives to every individual student. That can be added here. And after that, I can definitely give the marks. Now I have given the marks. Let's say I have changed the marks, because this option will then only it will be activated. Now I have changed the marks. Now this marks, here there is an option of return. I have not returned. Return means once the marks from our side is finalized, we will click on this return button. Then only the student is going to get the marks and he will acknowledge it. So now I have given him 9 marks. So there is an option of return. Second is return this submission, return multiple submissions. Whatever the case is there, like I am doing it multiple times. Previously I have given 10, then I have given 9. Then those kind of activities can be in this part. Fine. So currently I will be not giving any updation, because this is last year student. He will get surprised by the marks seeing after 1 year. So I am not supposed to do that. So I will close the particular option. But here we have seen how to access a individual assignment which we have given to the student, and how we can evaluate at our own being a teacher. So that option is there. Once I am done with it, the marks will be shown here, and again I will go to the class. The second and foremost important part is I will be giving number of assignment to the students, and how I am going to see the marks of all the students. So for that, we have this option of marks, where I can see individual students' marks based on the different types of assignments which I have given. You can see the date and the topic on which I have given, as well as the marks which it contains. Some are of 10 marks, some are of 5 marks. So based on that, this particular grade sheet is created. Fine. It can be sorting it using first name. So this is how we can actually get the grades, different grades available with us. Here, suppose after some amount of time we get confused that why I have given 10 marks, 20 marks, or whatever is the case. So on that, definitely we can go to the option of view submission. There is an option view submission. I can again go back to the same screen which was previously explained, and again I can go through the documents completely. Is there anything which can be done or not based on the assignment? On which assignment we will be clicking, on that assignment only we will have this option. Fine. So once I am done, I am going to close it, because we have seen all the concept of that screen, how we can ask student and marks, give comments, all those things have been covered. This is how we actually get the grade sheet of students in Google Classroom, and this is how we can actually evaluate the process or the assignments which we have given to the student in our classroom. So I hope this session will be very fruitful and will be easy for you to access and even give comment as on a regular base we do with normal sheets, copies and papers. Fine. So here we will stop for. If you have any queries related to this session, you can ask on the email given on your screen. Thank you for watching this session. Hope you will make use of Google Classroom as a LMS in your near future. Thank you.
Thank you. If you have any queries, you can ask on the email ID given on your screen.